Hi there and welcome to my channel. Today's project is part of the Altenew Build a Flower Crocus blog hope for the release of the new stamp, and I hope you take advantage of the blog hub to have a chance to win gift certificates to the store. And you want to check this stamp is amazing. It's a beautiful flower and super easy to build. So what I want to create today, I'm going to create a little layout for my little family album, and the album is from Citrus Twist Kids. And I'm going to take advantage of the last two steps of the flower. So I just want the outlines. I don't want it to feel the flower. And the idea for this came actually from the clothes my goddaughter's wearing. And it reminded me of the paper that comes in the Live Your Dream collection, that pink with those little really nice blue tones. And she's wearing pretty much the same clothes. So the first thing I did is I took the dies and I cut pretty much two of each one of the images from just really thin paper. And I'm going to use them to create, I'm going to say, the edge of one of the inserts for my little album using some ink and the masks. And my idea is I'm trying to create, give the idea there's flowers coming into the page. So you're going to see that I'm going to use really light pinks and corals, and I'm going to use, this is Puffy Heart, and the combination of Puffy Heart and Rose Quartz, and also I'm going to use, I believe, is Cosmic Berry. Skipping my mind right now, but I just want really like light pinks and light corals. And like I said, all I'm gonna do is use the last two steps of the build a flower. So I'm not gonna use the one that comes with the full outline. I just want the little detailed shots because I don't want to oversaturate this. I want those thin, delicate lines. So you're gonna see that first I start by stamping a flower, and I put my paper on top of I'm using my cardstock on top of some white paper because I know some of the ink is going to be hanging off the page, so I don't want to stain my table. So what I did is first I started with one of the flowers, and then I'm gonna use some removable tape to actually stick one of the masks just to cover it, and then I'm gonna start layering some of the leaves. And I'm gonna use for the leaves tones of blue, and this is the blues that came in the March 2019 release. I actually bought them because I pretty much have the entire collection, and I really love the blues. I think one is called Asterite and the other one is Iceberg, if I'm not mistaken. But then I'm going to continue building it, and the next colors that I'm going to choose, I want something more corally. So I'm going to put, I believe this is Puffy Heart and Coral Berry, I believe the colors are, and it's going to give me like a kind of a peachy pink tone. And I love the color combination. Like I said, the inspiration for this page was my goddaughter's clothing. So this is a picture of her when she was 3 months old. So she lives in Ecuador. This is all my cousins' kids. They're like my brothers and sisters, and goddaughter to quite a few of them, which I don't mind. I love them. So I get daily pictures of my god kids, and my husband and I love seeing them. So all I'm gonna do is, like I said, I'm gonna build an edge. I'm going to set the border full of the flowers, and I'm going to move them. So you're going to see that I'm going to start bringing some of the little masks. This is pretty much what I'm doing. I'm masking the edge, and I'm going to take it in and out of the camera just because it took a while to complete. But I'm going to say it's simple, and it is simple to build. And because the flower is so easy to layer, it's only simple steps, and it's a very it's so detailed but very simple to layer, so you can have lots of fun. It is going to take you some time. If you want to replicate it, it's going to take you a little bit of time just to make sure that you mask properly. You take your time making sure that the inks don't they don't get all like messed up, and then you're going to lose the image. So that just took a little bit of time and just moving some of the mask around. But after that, it was very simple to construct. So you're going to see that slowly I am actually, by moving the stamp a little bit, I'm kind of creating a little bit of movement. Like I said, my idea was like having flowers coming from out of the page into the page. And I just want to create the border. And when I started this layout, I had a 3x4 picture. And you're going to see that when I finish, it's actually a smaller picture because I didn't want to cover all the work that I put on the background. So once I am just creating my little border, and I'm gonna add a few leaves just to complete, you're gonna see that I kind of create I'm gonna say a top, a middle, and a bottom, because you're gonna see that there's flowers kind of coming at the top, there's some sticking at the bottom, and some in the middle. And you're gonna see how the picture, when I bring it in, it's quite big. So I went off camera until this completely set. I set it aside to dry for a little bit because I used quite a bit of ink. I went to my computer and just printed out 2.5 by 3.5 inches, which I think is more proportional to what I want to have, and it's not going to cover all the work that I did. So, but before I do that, I'm actually going to stamp the same images. Again, I'm not going to use the full image. I'm just going to use the outline to create a few flowers because I had to create the other side of my layout. Remember, I used my little family album, and this is an album from Citrus Twist Kids. I use it to document my everyday in a nice way. So instead of using the big layout, I have a small layout, and instead of having a traveler's notebook, it's actually a little bit, I'm going to say, classier. So all I'm doing right now is I'm using the same two steps that I used in the previous page just to create some of the flowers. And I'm actually going to cut this. I'm going to use the dice to cut them out because I'm going to use them to create a big cluster on the left-hand side of the layer. You see you see on the left-hand side of the screen right now, I already have my right-hand side of the page built. So all I'm doing right now is using the same steps that I used just to create, I'm going to say standalone flowers. And once I have them all stamped, I realized that it's also the flowers that I'm using are the ones that are a little bit closed. They're closed. They're not the ones that are fully open. And they come with a little center, like a pistil. So what I did is I'm pulling out a little bit of a peach. I can't remember what the color was, but it's one of the peach tones. And I'm just going to stamp in the little center just to make sure that I have that definition and create definition. That's going to help me define also some of the florals that I have on the left hand side. And it took no time. Again, I'm not going to stamp both of them. I'm just going to stamp one of them just to give me the idea to fill up the space and complete my layout. Now, like I said, that paper there and my goddaughter's clothing is the one that was the inspiration for this layout. So I'm going to put one of the summer the 6x6 paper pad. I think it's Summer Dreams. I can't remember the name. And I'm gonna just create a mat for the layout because for the picture. I wanted to stand out from the layout. Once I have that in place, I'm going to start building my cluster. I already have an idea what I want. I want something that's gonna balance what is on the right hand side. So I'm gonna pretty much build my little floral cluster as if it was coming from the left hand side of the page. So I'm gonna start right away. Go ahead and glue my little white piece of white cardstock, and you're gonna say, why am I covering the entire page? Yes, that was the inspiration. But if you realize the florals in this paper are a different type of floral, and I didn't want to have that contrast, so I'm just gonna cover with some white, but I'm gonna bring those big florals to match the right and the left hand side. Now to build the leaves, I'm not gonna stamp them. I'm actually gonna use the stickers that come in the Live Your Dream collection because it has the same tones of blue, and I really like the leaves. I think it's gonna add a lot of movement to my layout. So I'm gonna pull the ones that have a lot of the tones of the blues and that kind of purplish tone. I'm gonna say kind of periwinkly tone, and I'm gonna glue them onto a piece of white cardstock, and I'm just gonna take my time fussy cutting them. Once I have all that in place, remember how I already set up the flowers more or less how I want them to sit. I'm gonna start just moving the leaves so that I create like that big cluster that I'm talking about. And you're gonna see that along the way I'm gonna create kind of a little nook in the middle of the page. Right, I'm gonna say right mirror image or mirror positioning to where the pictures are on the right hand side. That's where my title is gonna go. Now that I have everything pretty much how I want it, I'm gonna go ahead and start adding a little bit of foam adhesive behind it just to add a little bit of a lift and also to attach it to my layout. You're gonna see that there's a few pieces of the flowers that kind of sticking off the page, and all I did is kind of fold them into the piece of the white cardstock that I glued to the paper. After that, I'm gonna bring this ephemera piece of this title comes from the Live Your Dream collection, and I love the fact that I had the same colors. After that, I'm just gonna bring a few stickers. Again, that chipboard is from the Live Your Dream collection. I'm gonna bring a few stickers from my stash. This is from Elle Studio if you wanna check them out. And I brought them because they had the same tones that I see in the background, that blue, and I want to accent that blue because that's going to complement the cream of visual triangle. That's just going to guide you eye through the entire page. After that, I just a few more stickers, and I'm going to add some lines for journal about my little baby being 3 months old. Then I got the picture, that's the picture my cousin sent me for the day, and that's pretty much it. My layout is complete. I love how this turned out. It was very easy to put together, and I was just inspired on, like I said, on the outfit the baby's wearing and also on the paper from the Live Dream collection. And I love the color combination. You're gonna see the close-ups right now, and it came together quite easily and quite fast because like I said, you want to check out this stamp. It's a beautiful stamp to layer, so easy to put together, so easy to build, and before you realize that you would have stamped quite a bit of flowers. So make sure you check it out. Take advantage of the subscription choice that Altenew has. Then you get the stamp monthly at your door and you don't have to order it. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact me and hop on the blog to have a chance to win some gift certificates. Thank you so much, guys. Take care.